What is up, YouTube? This is Alucard AFK with another MTGO game with commentary. So this is a new deck that I've been working on, and to give you a little backstory, a couple weeks ago the King VA approached me with some help with the blue-white control deck. And buddy, I'm still looking at that. I am still play testing it, and I will help you out with that as much as I can. But while I was doing that, I really grew a fondness to mono-white control. And it's another reason why I did my mono black control. Everybody says, "Oh, Return to Ravnica, you got to play multicolored, decks." I think mono colors are still very strong, especially in standard. So this deck is another one of those things that just goes out to prove people wrong. So this is mono white control. Opening in, we have 4 planes, 1 martial law. It's an enchantment for 2 colorless and 2 white mana. At the beginning of your upkeep, detain target creature and opponent controls. So we have the other Return to Ravnica detain cards in here, only ones that use white, of course. But this is a nice enchantment that you can just put out there. You don't have to worry about timing your creatures or blinking them back, although we do try to do that in this deck. It just is out there, and you can at least detain one of their guys at your upkeep. Angelic Wall. Can't say enough about this card, especially if you're playing white. Of course, blue has Hover Barrier and other things like that. It's a 0/4 Defender flying for 1 colorless and 1 white. This will definitely be played in control decks. Simply because you're not playing a lot of creatures, you're ramping up to something big and bad, and you're using your control to detain them, to distract them, to stop them. And Angelic Wall will do a great job as a defender for 2 mana. And of course the good old Oblivion Ring. And let's get into it, folks. So play Sunpearl Grove, and we'll get another planes. I play tested this with around 20 planes, and it just wasn't enough. Even though it's playing control, I needed to up it, and I think we're not maybe 23, so I always go back and forth on the lands. The sideboard's constantly switching out, so we'll just have to see how this plays out with 23. Go ahead and put a plains out. Play a forest. And we'll bring out a new card I haven't really seen, Helmet Captain. Whenever the captain attacks or blocks human creatures you control, get 1/1 into end of turn. He's a 2/2 for 2, so that's really nice. We really want to detain him as much as possible so that his, and when you detain something, they can't use their activated abilities, so they can't attack and they can't block. So it'll negate his effects. Got to think of Avenging Arrow. So this is by another type of removal. It's not as good as direct removal with burns or black murdering something, but you can destroy target creature that dealt damage this turn. So if you can survive them swinging in, you can cast this instant for 3 mana and destroy them. So we're gonna play a plains. I will go ahead and put our first Angelic Wall out. Obviously there's 4 in this deck. Bring out a Cavern of Souls, and he'll choose human as its type. Bring out a Borderland Ranger. Now of course you may say that if you do blue-white control, you have a lot more control. Blue's really the master of that, but I really like mono-white this time. We'll just see how it plays out. See if you like it or not. So coming into the field, get a basic land card. And it'll shuffle his library. So he pulled out a plains. Got another plains. Go ahead and do an Oblivion Ring. Get this guy off the field. There's 4 Oblivion Rings in here as well. I wanted to say this for big baddie creatures, but this guy is going to start doing +1s all over the place and really ramp up those creatures, so go ahead and get rid of him. Bring out another Borderland Ranger. He won't swing in, and we got a Terminus Miracle 4 in the deck. You know, with the type of deck that I'm playing and the removal that I have, I've just never played it without Terminus. It's very, very versatile. It's not too steep of mana when you're talking about board wipes and putting all those creatures on the bottom of their libraries. You obviously want to get it as a miracle, but you can hard cast it late game if you need to as well. So we don't need to get rid of the Borderland Rangers at this time, so we'll go ahead and pass it to our hand. Play a 4th land. I'll go ahead and bring out Martial Law. So at the beginning of our upkeep, we can detain a target creature and opponent controls. Bring out another Helmet Captain. He's probably got more than a couple in his deck. So swing out of Borderland Rangers, we'll block one of them. We'll go to 18. And then we'll go ahead and detain a creature. We'll go ahead and detain this captain. So activated abilities can't be activated. He can't attack. He can't block. Got another Angelic Wall. Throw out another Plains. And out he comes. So bring out a Mayor of Averbrook. Other human creatures you control get 1/1. So another way to boost up his creatures, and then he can flip. He's the 3/3. So he'll do a Bonds of Faith on Angelic Wall. Enchanted creature gets 2/2 as long as it's human, otherwise it can't attack or block. I really like this card, and I've said before when I played against it for the first time a couple games ago, it's very versatile. So you can boost up your creatures, or you can choose to null and void the whatever your opponent controls. So I actually probably need to stick this in this deck somewhere. So swing in with both Boiler Rangers, we'll be able to block one of them. And we'll go to 15. We'll do Avenging Arrow on one of the Borderland Rangers that attacked and destroy him. And then we'll detain the Helmet Captain again. I know this guy can do +1s as well, but every time this guy attacks or blocks, they're getting 1/1. So in my mind, he was a bigger threat. Got another Plains. Go ahead and pass the turn. And the Mayor of Averbrook will flip to Halpak Alpha. Play an Evolving Wilds and sack it. So swing in with the Halpak Alpha and the Borderland Ranger. Go ahead and block Halpak Alpha. I'll go to 13. So he's going to generate a 3/3 human wolf creature token. So I really still thought this was a bigger threat. But now he's generating tokens and he's a 3/3. So we'll go ahead and detain. We'll detain him once again. Get a Plains. And we'll go ahead and cast Terminus. We'll put both Angelic Walls on the bottom of our library. We didn't really lose much. We waited till he generated that token. With 2 cards left in his hand, he had nothing to play, and we got Angelic Wall back. So we'll go ahead and play that back out. Bring out another Cavern of Souls. Got a Plains. We'll bring out Champion of Lamhold. So he's really just bringing out cards, a lot of cards that can boost each other, which is really great. So we'll automatically detain that Champion of Lamholt. There's no other creatures on the field due to the martial law that's been out there from the beginning. And we got a Miracle Entreat the Angels. Oh, did I forget to mention that this is an Entreat the Angels deck? It is, and it came at a perfect time. We cleared the board, we put out a Defender, we detained his only creature, and then we're going to throw out and Entreat the Angels with a ton of friggin' mana. So the Miracle cost is only 1x and 2 white. So we'll put 7 4/4 Flying Angels on the field. And our opponent will go ahead and concede the game on turn 11. He ended with 20 life. Would have taken that down very, very fast. And we're at 13. That's mono white control. What do you think? I've never seen a deck like this. And there's still a lot of creatures you haven't seen in this deck. We've got some big bad angels and lots of control. So stay tuned for more of this deck. Comment, like, and subscribe, guys. We'll catch you later. Bye.